Usually we're doing stories about cars like this, but today we've got something very special. It's a local business, Adams Polishes, here in Denver, Colorado, that switched gears from keeping your car shiny and clean to keeping you healthy and safe by producing this, hand sanitizer. And in this video, we're gonna go through and find out how a local business switched gears from basically keeping your car shiny to keeping you safe by talking about the process and by talking about how you can also get yourself some of this, which is very hard to get nowadays.
Primarily, we're a premium car care brand. We've been in business for about 20 years. Now we've turned into kind of a bigger e-commerce option for sales for anything you need to do to clean, detail, polish, anything like that for your vehicles, boats, and now hands, I guess, too. We've got a few flagships. It used to be detail spray was far and away our best product. We came out with a wheel cleaner a few years ago that really changed the game for us. We've brought brands within our brand, Swirl Killer, which is all of our polishers have come on and been really successful for us. So we kind of have a trifecta. I would say we're known for polishing, our detail spray, and our wheel cleaners are really popular.
Do you guys love cars? Well, we've got a new podcast that will keep you entertained for hours, from on-road to off-road, from Corvette to Jeeps. Check out tflcar.com/podcast or go to wherever you get your podcast, including iTunes, Google Podcast, or Spotify. So how do you go from producing this to producing this? Well, it's easier and a lot harder than you would think.
Our ownership group acquired our chemical manufacturer a couple years ago, and they have the capabilities to make all sorts of products, from janitorial disinfectants to car cleaning products.
It was not straightforward. We knew there was an opportunity pretty early, and for us it wasn't an opportunity to make money, it was an opportunity to help. We jumped on it as fast as we could. Internally, we had to work with our sister company, which is also here in Colorado, kind of the blending arm of our company. We had to work with them to go through and get approvals for FDA, work with the World Health Organization, figure out what does it take to actually be able to produce this. It's made with basically 4 ingredients. It's water, it's glycerin, it's the alcohol, isopropyl alcohol, which you source in as 99% and then dilute with these other products. And then I think the 4th one is hydrogen peroxide, I believe.
It's literally following the World Health Organization's recommended recipe for hand sanitizer. 60% is a recommended recipe in order to kill kill viruses, bacteria on your hand. The World Health Organization recommends 75% isopropyl alcohol. There's a few different ways you can make it with ethyl alcohol or isopropyl. We're using isopropyl alcohol, and it's 75% by volume.
So I think it's not a very complex formula, considering the formulas that we make here that have much harder things to source and more ingredients. I mean, alcohol especially is very flammable. This building isn't spec'd as much to be actually doing the physical mixing of it. So our other buildings are where we're doing all the blending. Isopropyl alcohol is in demand, so we had to try to reach through some of the people that we source raw ingredients from for chemicals for car care and buy isopropyl alcohol. Typically in a year, our demand for isopropyl alcohol would be maybe 4, 5, 6 drums. And we're out looking for train cars full of isopropyl alcohol right now. It's completely changed how we source, who we're sourcing with, and the demand on those chemicals is increased a ton.
I've been a huge sort of car detailing fan and follow them on Instagram, Facebook, and noticed that they're stepping up and producing hand sanitizer and hand soap. Yep. So I decided to stop by and get some for our family. I picked up here 4 bottles of hand sanitizer.
Okay.
And can't wait to put it to some good use.
You said your wife is also a doctor, so
yep.
Can she not get this stuff at work, or can you not buy it at the grocery store?
A lot of the hospitals and that, they're really trying to make sure it stays in-house. Yep. So she's doing her best she can at the hospital, but I'd like to sort of help her out a bit and make sure that we're ready in the cars coming home. She can spray the hands down, or at the grocery store. It's really hard to actually find it in the grocery stores now. So far, she actually told me there's a lot of discussion amongst the nurses and some of them are sort of hesitant to do certain procedures, which makes sense because, the lack of PPE, they want to be healthy and continue to serve the patients.
And it's not just local residents here who are getting hand sanitizer for themselves and their families. Adams Polishes is also working with first responders to help them stay safe.
I work with BUCKLEY Fire and Emergency Services, so we're a Department of Defense fire department out of BUCKLEY Air Force Base.
Okay.
And we're kind of like everybody, we're trying to make our first responders as safe as possible, and we reached out to Adams to see if they could supply us with some hand sanitizer because we've completely ran out. And they were gracious enough to give us some bottles today, and they told us to come back tomorrow and or next week and get some more.
So how many you got there?
We got 25 bottles today.
All right.
Yeah.
You're going to put that to good use, I take it.
Oh, definitely. Yeah.
So what do you guys use it for?
We use it right now, especially like in our station and in our frontline trucks to ensure that our first responders can decon correctly. We came on to do a job and to help protect the public, and that's what our first responders are trying to do. So, we're taking every precaution we can to keep them safe, but at the end of the day, they all know that if there's a job to be done, they're going to do it.
So does having hand sanitizer make the job a little bit easier?
Oh, it does, yeah, because that's one of our donning and doffing techniques right now for when they come out of a situation. They're actually using hand sanitizer on some of their gloves to ensure that they're killing whatever's come in contact with them. They're essentially wearing two sets, so the first one on the outside is more or less a dirty set, and then we take some hand sanitizer to try and disinfect that before we start taking off the rest of our gear.
I'm trying to stay as quiet as I can. It's really difficult, right? I want to get it into as many households as I can. We've limited the max per order of 4 right now.
Right.
And the reason for that is if I made it 100, in fact, I did yesterday, for 1 minute, maybe it was 5 minutes, Nick and I sat down and we were like, let's just increase the max to 100 units and see what happens. Just to see, like, do people feel like they need more than 4? And the third order to come in was for 100 units. So I'm trying to kind of keep us in that 7 to 10 business day shipping time. The website's adamspolishes.com.
Yep.
You can go there. We have kind of 4 chemicals, I'd say, right now that are really relevant. So we're selling hand soap, we're selling a home surface cleaner, we're selling hand sanitizer, and then we have a product called Interior Detailer with Microban, which helps fight bacteria. The hand sanitizer, I believe, is $5.99 for the 4 ounce and $7.99 for the 8 ounce. We did have to bump the price of both of them $1, and it says on the website, full disclosure, we've raised the price $1 of each, and the reason for that is we're buying bottles at huge premiums right now. Caps, sprayers, freight, I mean, it's crazy. If you go to the biggest bottle suppliers in the nation and try to ask for the most common sizes, they are out for 3 months. So we're working as hard as we can to keep it at an affordable price. We're not making margins like we would on car care products. Like, we're out there trying to source bottles for a premium. I mean, we're buying bottles for $1.50 a piece and air freighting them in. We see this need right now that needs to be filled, and for us, it's like we're thinking about this like, serving our family. We're always concerned about customer first, and when it was car care for us, we were focused on, how can you achieve the most shine? What's the best product for you? What's the best process for you? And now it's just shifted to how fast can we get these bottles into people's hands?
A lot of the people who love the Adams brand love the labels, the limited edition, the things that we do. This is very plain Jane, very specific. It had to get approval with all the different, the text and what we're claiming, the World Health Organization on there, the ingredients. It's simply just, hey, quick as possible, how can we get hand sanitizer into the hands of our customers? So that's why the label is pretty simple. It's just meant to be effective, not a collector's item. Please buy it and use it. In the last month, we've donated over 8,000 bottles of hand soap for free to our customers. And then we are donating for every 2 bottles of hand sanitizer we sell, we're donating 1 to local emergency services, hospitals, police, firefighters. So that's been great to really give back. We've given over 10,000 bottles of cleaning products away in the last month or so.
We're out here shipping bottles. I mean, I've got blisters on my fingers from tightening caps, stuff that I don't usually do, But I think overall people understand that that's where we're coming from. We're not in this to try to make a ton of money. We're in this because we have the manufacturing capabilities. We have the capacity internally. I mean, it's great that while companies around us are laying people off, we've hired people. We've split shifts, and we're running as hard as we can to try to get bottles into as many American households as we can at this point.
How hard are you working now?
It's pretty crazy. We have an unbelievable amount of support and orders in the system. It's been 16-hour days for the last 10 days or so straight. but it's worth it. We've got 2 shifts now running on our floor in order to keep up with demand, but also follow proper protocols with keeping social distancing in place. All of our employees are 6 feet apart. Obviously good hygiene, wearing gloves and using products as needed. So it's been busy, but definitely worth it to keep up with the demand.
You know, it's great to see local businesses stepping in where others have not. And if you guys want to get yourself some hand sanitizer that's now not available at probably most local grocery stores, head on over to adamspolishes.com, put your order in, and get you and your family some of this much coveted and much appreciated hand sanitizer. As always, this is Roman reporting for the Fast Lane Car. Check out tflcar.com for more news, views, and of course, hand sanitizer reviews. See you guys next time. Ciao.